Hello everyone. Welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes. All the product I'm using and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products and help support my channel. There's a link to our Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. My email address is also there if you have any questions or any requests. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and help me grow in YouTube world. And finally, if you live in the Vancouver, Portland metro area and would like to attend a live person class, please drop me an email. I offer one once a month. And I do offer other classes, or you can invite a few friends and we could have a party. So let's get started. Spotlight Nature. Spotlight Nature was in last year's catalog. It's carried over, and I am so glad it did because it is one of my favorites. And it is perfect for the kind of card we're going to make today. So we're going to be using the beautiful flowers and the butterfly. And I'm bringing in Unbounded Love for a sentiment. We are using With Sympathy. No one likes to make sympathy cards, but I find it very helpful to have a variety of different types of sympathy cards on hand. So when I do need one, I don't have to worry about trying to rush to make one. So, but you could also use this card for something else as well. It doesn't have to be a sympathy card. Now, I'm going to show you the card we're making. And I don't know if you can see this. You probably can see the shine all over that white piece of paper. That is not cardstock. That is photo paper. All of you who have printers and print photos on your printers all have photo paper laying around, different sizes and shapes. It doesn't matter what brand it is. It's just photo paper. Okay? So I'm going to show you how we did that. And this is all embossed here. And like I said, it's a very simple card, but I think a very nice card. So we're going to do the outside piece first. So what you're going to need for this particular one, and you know, if you're not using this stamp set, you're going to need a piece of photo paper. And this piece of paper that I'm using is 3 by 4. Now, just a little tip, if you've never cut photo paper before, when you put it on your trimmer, put the glossy side down and cut from the back. It actually cuts the paper much nicer. Okay? So that's what we have for this piece here. And what I'm going to use is we are going to be using Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to start with the Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to paint or color on, I'm using the brush right on the nib here, not on the tip. And I'm just going over all the green area here. I've done this before. Oh, I got a little green. I'll wipe it off. It'll be fine. You don't want to use the tip. You'll ruin your pen. And then I'm going to come in here with my Melon Mambo. You can see this. Yeah, I'll hold it up, but you can see it, I think. Now you can do this with photopolymer or red rubber. Doesn't matter. I do find red rubber is easier, but you can do it on photopolymer, which I have done in the past. Make sure you have it all covered. And then what you're going to do, I'm setting mine at an angle for me. You want to get lots of warm air all over it. And then you're going to put it down and you're going to press. And you need to hold this for, I don't know, 5-6 seconds. You know, just a second or a few seconds, because this is not porous paper, it's slick. Let's see what we did. And then come straight up. And you're going to need to hold on to the paper when you pull up. Oh, that one turned out very nice. Now, I got to be very careful not to touch anything. That is still wet, but it's very pretty. I'm going to set this off to the side and let it dry. Takes a couple minutes, not too long, but you know, it works. For the inside of our card, we are going to use, I'm assuming this is right. Yeah, we need a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4 just our basic card. And we're going to put our sympathy and our butterfly on this. So I'm going to grab a mat for that. I'm going to use Melon Mambo. Excuse me, I don't know where all that's coming from. Like I said, you could turn this into a birthday card or whatever you wanted, but I'm making mine a sympathy. And this is just regular cardstock now. You can stamp directly on to the foil with ink, just like this. But like, keep in mind, hold it and let it dry because it is very, it's wet. Now I'm going to take the beautiful butterfly and I'm just going to put him up in the corner here. And then my envelope, I didn't show you the envelope, is going to be that as soon as I find the other envelope. There it is. Make sure I got the right side. And we'll just put a beautiful butterfly down there. As I said, I was keeping this card very, very simple. And that is all the ink we used. And this would be beautiful in any color. I wanted to use Melon Mambo because I think Melon Mambo's gotten sort of not used as much lately because we've got so many new pretty pinks out there. We got Pretty in Pink came back, Strawberry Slush came back, and it's like, poor old Melon Mambo just got ignored. So I decided not to ignore him. Now, the other thing we are using is new, and it is from, excuse me, from the new catalog, and it's the Damask Designer Embossing Folder. This is not a 3D folder. It is just a standard folder. And so if you want the pattern to go up and down, you put your cardstock in this way. Now, I have already actually ran this through. And this is a piece of Melon Mambo. It's quite beautiful. Actually, the back side's just as pretty. It's debossed that way. And I just put it in that direction. And that is 4 by 5 1/4. So let's start building the card. We are going to need a card base. This is black. And it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I am so sorry. I don't know where this came from. And we're going to go ahead and put the inside in. I'm giving that one piece as much time as I can to dry. Because if you smudge it, you got to start over. And I don't want you to start over. Got to be digging out a new thing to glue here soon. But you could do this with any color of paper. You want to use a lighter color or blues or purples or whatever you wanted. And then we're going to mount this on. And I'm not sure if it has a right, so I'm right side or wrong side. So I'm putting it in the way I think it goes. And if you didn't have this embossing folder, it's not your style, use a different one. I just wanted a nice background. And then I have another piece of basic black that is, what size is this? 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And let's see here. I'm going to touch down here. Yep. We're a little wet up there, so I'm going to be careful. I'm going to take in. Like I said, it takes a few minutes to dry. So just don't run your hands across it. And you will be fine. Just stick to the outside. Like I said, it takes, I would give it a good 5 minutes. But it really, now I don't have anything else on this. So there's no ribbon to extract anything. And I forgot to put the ribbon on. Well, we'll put the ribbon across the other way. It'll be fine. So the ribbon's supposed to go, I don't know. I do have time. We're gonna do it. I did it wrong. Sorry. The ribbon should go across here now. So I'm going to grab my gingham ribbon. And I've already made me a bow. And I don't need a very big piece. About 4.5 inches. And This is glossy paper, and I want to make sure that this doesn't move around a lot. So this time, I am actually going to put seal on the back side of my ribbon. Just regular seal. So that I've got one sticky side. And since I have glue on this, I'm going to set it back on here. And you can decide how high up you want it or how low. We'll go about there. And then just fold it around. Now we'll add some more glue back on here and put it back on the card. So put the ribbon on before you put it on the black. You could always put it over the black, but I liked it this way better. And I'm pretty sure my stuff's dry. Yep, it is. But I don't want to take any chances, so I'm just going to do around the outside. Okay, so we have that, and then we have our bow, which I made a little bow. I'm just straightening them up a little bit. And I'm going to grab me a glue dot. Excuse me. I wasn't coughing or didn't have a scratchy throat when I started filming. It's spring. What can I say? And everybody's lilacs around my house are in bloom, and I'm highly allergic to them. So I'm going to put 2 glue dots on this just to make sure it stays where I want it. I'm going to put it off to the side right here. Now this is something I don't always do. I'm going to go ahead and trim these a little bit. Now this one's laying pretty flat. This one's fine. The first one I made, these ones kept on popping straight up into the air like that. And they weren't laying down. So that one's going to be that way too. So I wanted to make sure my bow didn't go anywhere. So I put a glue dot underneath the tails here. And this is where you can, give them some shape as well. But I didn't want my ribbon popping up. Actually, I like them shaped like that. So when you do that, you can see I've got a little shape and they're raised a little bit. So if you want to do that, you could. Now we're going to put this up on Dimensionals. Just like that. Boy, got a new package and it's, I have to go back to the old method of pressing them a little bit. Okay. I'm going to line this up in my grid here. I'm actually lining up the Melon Mambo paper. And then we've got 3 and 3 and 2. I'm looking at the grid lines is what I'm doing. Trying to get it as straight as possible before I commit. And the last thing we're adding to this is a butterfly. I usually don't put a lot of bling on a sympathy card, but I thought a butterfly was very appropriate for this one. And I think we'll use a big one. And we'll put them about the same place as I did the other one. And that is the card for today. Like I said, nice, simple. You could use this for anything, but in my case, I'm going to be using it as a sympathy card. So, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.